Unbeaten Harps update brought to you by Donegal Daily and Donegal Sport Hub in association with Kelly Centra, Mountain Top, Letterkenny.
Ollie, 4 down, you move on now to Sligo on Saturday night. Just before we look at that one, maybe just give me a summary of what you thought about it so far. 10 points out of 12, 3 wins and a draw.
Obviously, you got to be pleased, Shirley. But it's gone. It's as I said to you on Saturday, it doesn't matter where you are after 4 games. It's after 36 games, and we've moved on very quickly. We moved on from Saturday. Yeah, we enjoyed it. And Saturday night, Sunday morning, we concentrated and are continuing to look at Sligo, which will be massive. And that's really all where we're at the moment.
Yeah, Sligo will be well pleased with their start to the season, like yourselves, unbeaten so far, and a difficult side to beat in the Showgrounds.
Yeah, they're a difficult side to beat anywhere, and they've added serious quality. They qualified for Europe last year. I would imagine they're aiming higher than just European qualification. Nearly, they've added the likes of Greg Bulger that has won leagues, cups with a number of teams. Not just, I think he made one with Pat's Cork, Sligo Rovers. I'm not quite sure on that, but they've Romeo Parks back. They've the Freaks. They've Walter. Gibson, that came from Pat's. They've a hell of a lot about them on top of what they already had in the likes of Niall Moore and John Mahan. Colm Horgan has gone there as well. It'll be difficult. It'll be without doubt the biggest test we've had so far, and we've had very difficult tests at that.
Yeah, well, I suppose they showed at the weekend just how difficult they are to beat with that result against everybody's favourites for the title, Sligo Rovers.
Yeah, I'd say they might have been disappointed that they didn't win it, having gone ahead so late in the game. And they might have looked at that as 2 points drop, the fact that they went ahead. I don't know, but we've had it very difficult in Sligo down there, especially away from home. God knows when is the last time we turned them over down there, and this is probably the best Sligo side in a long while that have been put together.
Yeah. Bit of confidence with everybody. Obviously results breeds confidence, Ollie, but as you say, you've got to take it one game at a time. You can't get ahead of yourself in this league. There's
nobody getting ahead of themselves, Charlie. We're far too long in the tooth for that. And look, we've got Longford and Tuesday, but I've only addressed it. We haven't even mentioned it yet. We need to concentrate on Saturday, or else we'll come out the wrong side of the defeat, and it could be a heavy defeat if we're not at it. If we're at it and they're not as good as what they can be, well then, maybe there might be something on offer there, but it's a very difficult place to go. We've had tough days down there, and we need to see what Saturday will take.
Yeah, and you had an interesting point to me last week, Ollie, that the games have been a week apart. Similar story this one, but then the Longford game comes very quickly after that. We're getting into that 3 games in 8 days scenario, which is difficult for sides like Unbeaten Harps.
Yeah, in fact I think we've 3 games in 6-7 days with Saturday, Tuesday, Friday against Pats. So thankfully we have a healthy enough numbers squad to pick from, and we need every one of them come the end of that 3 games in 6 days. But we'll pick up the pieces on Sunday morning. But at the moment, all our interest is Sligo, and if we take the eye off that ball, we'll certainly come out the wrong side if we're not up and ready at it.
Yeah. Any serious injury situations for the weekend?
Well, we have a few lads that are out long term and weren't available the last couple of weeks. Now will they be available for the next couple of weeks? A few knocks there. Obviously, David Webster got a bad knock, and Adam Foley had to come off. And we need to see where they are, and it'll probably be a late call on Friday night before we decide whether they're able to go in on Saturday, or we need to keep them for a later date with the Tuesday and Friday game after.
Yeah, that's the tricky decisions you have to make, isn't it, Ollie, at this level now, whether you chance people in a big game like this or hold them back?
They're all big games, Shirley, and if they're not right, they're not right. There was a time where you patch people up and throw them in. I'm hoping that day might be gone, and we have a bigger panel to pick from that have trained, and maybe someone else will get a chance to show what they can do. And I just think that's the biggest improvement, is maybe the bigger panel of equal players that we have, and please God it'll stand to us, and we'll find out one way or other next week.
And it would seem, looking at the guys who've gone off the bench, they're biting at the bit to get going, welcoming the opportunity to show you and Paul what they can do, Ollie.
Yeah, most certainly, but they're lads that haven't got off the bench yet, and lads that haven't got a run at all yet, and they will be biting at the bit as well. I've no doubt in the world that they'll do a job. It's difficult for them when they haven't played that much. They need to be up and at it, and to be as good as what they're coming on for. But look, time will tell, and we've 3 games next week. We've 3 games at the start of May as well, and in a week. So they'll please God, there'll be plenty of opportunity for them come that.
Yeah, and just the lads that have come in finally, Ollie, have got a good look at what the League of Ireland's all about and what Finn Harps is all about. So there's a good benefit to there, given the things that started so well.
Yeah, I think probably until they got into the middle of it, they probably took a little while to settle. But I think to see the quality of it, some people underestimate the League of Ireland from abroad, but these lads haven't and didn't, and you can see with their contribution that they knew that they had to be up and at it to get any result of any sort, and they'll need even to be better come Saturday night in Sligo. While we got a great result on Saturday last against Waterford, we need to be better to go away from home to beat a side of Sligo's calibre.
The Finn Harps Update, brought to you by Donegal Daily and Donegal Sport Hub, in association with Kelly Centra, Mountain Top, Letterkenny.